Those that chat you want, but you can't get your bros back. Run them streets, got.
That's a red card. Chat all you want, but you can't get your bros back. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Your boy Sex, TheSecPaq, and we're back with another reaction video today. Now we got a very famous individual on the channel back in the reaction booth. But this time it's a mini documentary. You lot went crazy in the last video, so you know we got more in the tank coming. I kind of enjoy these videos, you know. I like changing things up on the channel. So listen, if you want to see more of these, as you know, drop your suggestions in the comment section and make sure you like the video. But today we've got the tragic trial of suspect. Obviously, AGB, active gang bandits, active gang pirates. It's too many acronyms, too many names for this guy. But the number one name is suspect. He's no longer a suspect. He's convicted. You know what I mean? Charged and convicted, found guilty. He did a long sentence in the jailhouse. A long sentence. But we're going to see what this will say today. But before we do, make sure you smash that red subscribe button. Hit that post notification bell as well so you can join the family, join the channel. We're on the road to 40k subscribers. We're growing so fast, so make sure you're here for it. Drop suggestions down below in the comment section. And make sure you smash that like button. Today's target, I'm saying 400 likes. If we hit 400 likes, you guys will get a throwback series video, guaranteed. So go do that now. Now enough of the waffling. The tragic trial suspect, active gang. Let's go. Now, just for understanding, I'm not baffed. I'll play the first 5 seconds of most videos just to make sure nothing crazy is happening. I'm aware this is, I think, from a longer documentary, like 2.5 hours long. I ain't watched a second of none of that. So listen, if you want to see the rest of it, by all means do it, but this is a snippet. But 20 minutes is healthy, man. Don't get greedy.
After playing an active role in the murders of his gang rivals, C-Miz and Culprit, Suspect and S-Wavy of Active Gang had fled to Kenya, and Suspect managed to go on the musical run of a lifetime, spending about 2 years and 4 months recording music, openly bragging about the murders he'd committed in gruesome detail, all the while evading and taunting. Openly bragging about the murders he...
Same place we used to play runouts is same place his... For the culture, we're gonna rerun that red card, and there's no VAR checks on this. It's a straight red. Oh my word, that tune, fam. Even the cover art is crazy. Like moons out, skulls on the floor. That's some thuggery, absolute thuggery.
He'd committed in gruesome detail, all the while evading and taunting the police who were desperately trying to solve this case. Meanwhile, prominent Active Gang member Armed Response, or AR, failed to get out of the country before the police could find him, ultimately getting convicted and sentenced to life in prison. By the time Suspect had been caught and extradited back to the UK, it seemed like AR had settled into his incarceration. He would go live seemingly from inside his cell on June the 4th, 2022, smiling as commenters bring up the deaths of C-Miz and Culprit. He was surrounded by goons bumping Youngboy's song Forgiato, where he claimed to have killed over 7 people.
Who's that? What's your name? What's your name?
AR from the AGB Act. I said I got C-Miz, you know, Culprit Pack. Yeah, man.
How long has brother been in jail and he's still doing up packs? Yeah, but I regretted that. But the brother on the bottom, his accent is stinky winky. I don't know where he's from, but that's stinky winky. There's no way his accent's natural. Matter of fact, I did take some legal counsel. I retract all my statements. I ain't trying to get crashed on. I want to incite nothing. I take that back. Your accent's actually length, bro.
Sold them AR, fam.
Oh, and they're live at the same time. Fake. That's Inception. That's maths. Fake. I didn't even notice that. How's your accent booming like that, bro? You're in a London jail.
This was the fate that Suspect was potentially facing, and after his extradition in January, 6 months later, around the time of AR's live, Suspect would seemingly also get access to the internet, beginning to post Twitter again in June and August of 2022, tweeting boastfully about how his ops still mention his name after the murders he committed, tweeting Free Double S in reference to himself and S-Wavy, who along with SY, who was still on the run in Somalia at this point, previously made up the deadly trio Triple S. Suspect would seemingly reflect on some of the clout-chasing slip-ups that landed him in jail, tweeting, "God forgive me for getting lost in the sauce," and social media blurring too many lines, as well as tweets indicating he feels like his life has been a movie, as well as another optimistic post suggesting that he believes he'll be free by 2023. Later, he would go on a series of tweets suggesting that he's having dark thoughts that he cannot say out loud or he'll be sectioned under the Mental Health Act, as well as bigging himself up, saying he's really that guy, just wait and see, perhaps another indication that he thought he might be able to beat these charges. Perhaps that explains his next tweet, appearing to suggest that he's not really a killer and that he's just a music performer, a villain character, with drill music being all entertainment.
Ex Priace my ait through drill. To his music is a bus innes. We are poetes and perfumers. I can't lie, it's long. Let my man read it for me still. I had it patterned, then it's locked. It's on lock anyway. My reading thing's patterned, but anyway.
Killer, and that he's just a music performer, a villain character, with drill music being all entertainment. Going on to reach pretty hard with a statement saying how if an actor catches a case, they won't play his movie in court, but they're going to play suspect's music. He was seemingly lacking the self-awareness to
read. Coming with the real. Look at this lawyer, he's the shush, man. They ain't listening to that over here. This ain't America.
You see the difference between a trained actor playing a character in a narrative work of fiction and the confessional drill raps of a man who blatantly committed murder and then made songs detailing the gruesome and true details of that murder. Many pictures and videos of suspect from behind bars would emerge while he awaited trial, like this video where he's seen as part of a crew throwing up active gang signs while somebody gets a beating in jail. Another picture of him would surface on broad day Snapchat with the caption "Free the Mastermind," and another iconic photo of him living good in his cell wearing a Versace bathrobe. He would even record multiple freestyles via prison phones, which were uploaded online.
Sounds like my lyricism. I told bro, build a stat before your name, that's some constructive criticism. Mum said I'd never listen.
Build a stat before your name, that's some constructive criticism. Oi, where's the suspect? Hey, be reading your books, bro. He be reading his books. Definitely be reading them books, some financial books, man. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. What's the other one, man? The 15 Laws of Power and all them Jones there, bro. Yeah, suspect be reading. I respect it.
Son, how you back in prison? I ain't have a father figure. Me and gang went different fishing. Always trust my intuition. Never make a spit.
Different fishing. That's nuts.
Back in prison. Waters. I ain't have a father figure. Me and gang went different fishing. Always trust my intuition. Never make a split decision. Follow first, forgot the second. Third is learn from your lessons. Alhamdulillah, count my blessings. Got a kind of ammunition. If you lose a bell, it's in the up. Cause we never missing. Most loved, most hated, most wanted, most rated. Thankful for the real and genuine, cause trust me, most fake it. From a place if you slip, get your soul taken. I made more moves, more racks, and more pagans.
I felt it in my bones. I can't lie, it's cold. I don't know why I missed this. I think I missed this before. This is cold.
A place if you slip, get your soul taken. I made more moves, more racks, and more pagans. Only time will tell, jail made me more patient. Be my brother to my brothers, I'll be home soon. Until then, reminisce to my old tunes. 3 years, 3 blitz through my whole crew, gang.
Pretty face, I'm perfect from the waist down. I ain't trying to waste time. I heard through the grapevine. I'm the man behind the plan. I'm the man behind your bitch when you call her trying to FaceTime.
Hey, yo, brother's on a singing thing. Suspect's on a sing song. Aye, that's real versatility. I can't lie though, that might work for him. Problem is, everyone knows this guy is a savage, so I don't know if it's really going to translate. And whose Samsung is that? Cause that phone screen looks shocking.
The booty clapping when she face down, headshots. The gun clapping till he face down, hands down. I'm one of the villains to touch your mic. Red dots, hands up, don't move or to take your life. Had to struggle inside, grew up thinking wrong was right. So I had to fight, I went home a different guy. Money give me appetite, lost the calamari bites. We don't catch feelings, we catch, then we catching flight. Taxis,
yeah, that's long. That's real facts. We don't catch, we catch. Let's just say, put him in a coffin and we catch flight. This brother really done it. He really done it. Problem is they got the return. They eventually got him a return flight. But bro, how long? You know, it's SJ is doing his music thing now. Let me know what you don't think down below. I've been pausing too much. I'm gonna let this run. But let me know down below what you don't think. Do you see this guy having a career in jail? I think Suspect actually can have a career in jail. Reason being, is he actually is a drill wise is a madman. His history is too mad to ever ignore. If Jewel's alive, if Jewel ever dies, then yeah, his thing's gone. But Compared to that SJ, who still got done on a glide, but it ain't the same degree of madness that Suspect was on. So I'm thinking Suspect can still do music, and even 5 years from now, people will rate it because his story is so public.
Technique, bullseye. She'll see a hoe just for me, that's a true lie. Girl trip, I know what these hoes do in Dubai. Boys trip, the steppers roll, looking for a new high. Numb to the pain, I'm surprised I'm still sane. Country on chain, now with SVR range. It was not nice, used to trap in the rain. Mom, there's no win in this game.
However, Peckwater member C2, who Suspect had previously mocked in a music video for working as a model, would post multiple times alluding to Suspect being jumped and beaten up in prison, saying that he's having a tough time in jail, and that there had been suspicious activity on D-Wing. Seemingly in response, Suspect would post mocking C2, posting a picture of him in a wig and saying that he likes to feel like a little lady, and congratulating him on trying to find himself and acting like a bad boy this year. C2, apparently in jail too during this time, would end up making his own jailhouse freestyle, named after Suspect's hit song Caught in the
I feel like I've seen this before.
Rain, dissing dead ops from active gang. Despite the daily struggles of being the most wanted member of a prominent gang in jail, Suspect appeared to be optimistic while in prison, posting Instagram replies that he would be at Wireless Festival the next year and that he would even be home soon. In November, Suspect would freestyle for his fellow inmates as they gathered around and cheered him on.
No cap, got blowback, laugh when I see F1 for a throwback. And see, knows that chatter you want, but you can't get your bros back. Run them streets, got
That's a red card. Chat all you want, but you can't get your bros back. Just stop it. We're just doing all this verbal. We're just shouting at each other, but there's people that they're rotting. Do you know how flipping finished that is? I was about to cuss this whole video up. Oh my gosh! But the problem is the beat. It just makes me receive the knowledge. Pause, because receive sounds mad. But you don't know what I'm saying. It just makes me receive it. Yo, I can't even wife for that, because that one's that's a red card though. You can't say all that verbal, you can't get your bros back.
knows that chatter you want, but you can't get your bros back. Run them streets, got chinged up. Parts where his hair won't grow back. Felt my whole shank, hold that. Grew up toast that Joe 5 times got feds like see Miss eyes, I don't wanna roll back. Bro said Mendig is done. I asked him, what does that mean? Bro, our shanks are covered in squeeze. And give it a clean.
It would be over a year that Suspect would wait in jail for his trial before the day would finally come. He and S-Wavy would file not guilty pleas in June 2022, and so the trial for the murder of Alex Smith, aka Culprit, would begin on the 27th of March 2023 at the Old Bailey.
Heck, that picture's crazy though. Let's just take a minute, bro. Big sword with the scales, and she got fig. She got fig. Let's not lie now. She's looking like a slim tick, and she even got the long luscious hair. I'm rating that. She's cute. She's cute. She's a Barbie, let's be real.
March 2023 at the Old Bailey, and pictures would emerge showing Suspect in the dock in court smiling. Judge Sarah Monroe KC was the judge on the case. She had gained national attention earlier in the year, making history being the first ever judge to hand down a sentence in a case that was televised live.
The sentence I pass upon you is therefore one of life imprisonment.
Initial reports on social media would circulate claiming that the pair would not be identified by their rap aliases, nor would their lyrics or music be used in court at all, as well as suggesting that the prosecution would mainly rely on cell site data to put Suspect at the scene, with other reports suggesting this wasn't accurate and that witnesses might not be able to identify Suspect. It would turn out that a lot of this social media reporting suggesting that the prosecution was struggling was complete cope. This same account also claimed that
that's not even funny. There was Donnies out here gassing the thing. There was Donnies out here lying to you lot, lying to all of us. I didn't see that. To be fair, I kept it about 54 hours. From the second I saw any sort of reliable reports about the case and they were trying to get him in that, yeah, you could tell it was a rap because they're not going to Kenya, bro, knowing cell site's not reliable. Do you not think they're donuts, bruv? Do you not think the feds are donuts? Whoever's posting this on Snap, you need to wake up, bro. They're not going to Kenya, reaching out Interpol and then going to Africa and all these feds involved and putting security on flights, so when the guy flies back, he can't just be on his own. Do you think he's just sitting in economy by himself with S-Wavy? No, there's armed feds on that plane, all sorts of things happening, bro, because cell site's not working. Come on now. You can't get your hopes up like that. You gotta be real. You have to be real about it.
That there was a man in the courtroom wearing a trap star puffer jacket and that he understood the culture and was going to get suspect off. Now, it's unclear whether or not this was complete trolling or whether there was some truth to it, but due to these posts, many members of the UK drill subreddit and community were led to believe that Suspect had a much higher chance of freedom than he really did. On May the 10th, just days before the verdict, Suspect would be seen on social media FaceTiming his Kenyan wife, Halima. Now, I wasn't able to find full court documents relating to the trial publicly, so it's unclear exactly what evidence was used against him. But some crime Twitter pages tweeted that a lot of interesting details came up during the trial. They used Suspect's many convictions as a youth offender, bringing up that he had a total of 18 convictions for 41 offences prior to the murder. They would also be told details about the ongoing gang war in Camden, which Suspect and culprit had both been involved in. The court would also hear a victim impact statement from culprit's mother, who said that she was haunted by the thought of her son being hunted by a pack of knife-wielding gangsters. However, Suspect's defence would emphasise that Suspect grew up in foster care and did not have intent to kill. The court would hear about how Suspect and S-Wavy fled the country after the murder and bragged about the murder in several songs, with culprit's mother making direct references to lyrics from his freestyle, with it being reported that song had...
They can use it in court, then it's a rap. Yeah, it's a rap. Now that first of all, rest in peace, your culprit, because I feel for the mother, you know. If she's, especially because she's seen this video, puts it in a different light, man. Now that, let's read this. So now that Suspect, Tariq Montero, has been jailed for life at the Old Bailey for the murder of Alex Smith, do you think YouTube will take down this video, the lyrics of which, according to the judge, that lady, Sarah Monroe or something, you know that one there, celebrated Alex's death. Alex's mother also, let's go to the next tweet, referred to it in her victim impact statement today. 4.5 million views. I wonder how much that earned YouTube. Them sort of statements are crazy. It's almost blaming YouTube for it. That's crazy.
Had been analysed in detail in court, with it likely that these lyrics about tripping up ops and stabbing them in the chest and leaving estates red-taped no doubt harmed his case dramatically. It's ironic that this freestyle that ended with him rapping about his op that didn't make it, and now that he's rapping about the murder he might make it, ended up sealing his fate. Other reports on social media that can't be verified suggested that numerous songs were played in court and that the judge was in disbelief when she heard them, specifically lyrics such as "Who is the culprit?" and "It's ironic that they suspect me." Before the verdict, Suspect would post a message to his YouTube channel showing
that that one, yeah, I'll be real with you. Look, if I was a judge and I had no experience of that culture, I'll give you life for that. That's taking the beefsteak. That's taking the beefsteak. That's taking the bees. Man said, "Who's the culprit? Who you got culprit? It's ironic they suspect me."
Ironic that they suspect me. Before the verdict, Suspect would post a message to his YouTube channel showing crossed fingers and heart emojis, but unfortunately for Suspect, his luck would finally run out. In the end, on the 10th of May 2023, both Suspect and S-Wavy would be found guilty for the murder of Alex Smith, after which they refused to participate in proceedings, failing to attend the sentencing. So, 2 days later, the sentence would be handed down in their absence, with Suspect getting life with a minimum of 24 years, and S-Wavy receiving a minimum of 23 years.
I wonder what causes that difference though. Because they got bagged at the same time. They were on remand for the same amount of time. Why did one guy get 1 year more than the other? You can't tell me Suspect's whole career, dissing my man in half of his tracks, is only worth 1 year. That's crazy. Because then I'll feel violated if I was S-Wavy. I'll feel so violated.
Apparently the judge even admonished Suspect and S-Wavy for making music celebrating the death of the culprit during the sentencing. Friends and affiliates would post reacting to this news, and later, reporting would suggest that the sentencing. Friends and affiliates
from Boys to Men went through blood, sweat and tears together. It's nothing but 2 days. May Allah make it easy. Too many threes and RIPs.
Would post reacting to this news, and later reporting would suggest that neither Suspect or S-Wavy showed any remorse or explanation for their crimes throughout the trial, and footage of Suspect settling into life in prison with Triggy would circulate after the sentencing, and eventually a picture would even surface showing Active Gang's most prominent rappers, T-Scam and Suspect, both together in jail. Meanwhile, SY, who had still managed to evade justice in Somalia, would post to his Snapchat reacting to the news with heartbreak emojis and calling to free the innocent. Ultimately, Suspect's wild story had finally come to an end, and despite what any Active Gang fans might say, finally justice had been delivered for Alex Smith, aka Culprit. And after spending 2 years and 4 months running free and mocking the death of this young man, now Suspect would have to face the next 24 years in a jail cell for what he had done on the 12th of August 2019.
Two men have been stabbed to death in two separate attacks in Kentish Town in North London last night. The body of the first victim, believed to be in his late teens, was found a couple of hours before police discovered the second victim, who's thought to be in his 20s. Investigating officers...
Local residents have said that they saw the mother of the teenager being comforted by the police. She was in an emotional state.
5 months and lost two sons.
We want to reassure every Camden resident that the safety of our community...
Is that Keir Starmer? What was he involved in this case? That's crazy how life comes round. That basically means someone that was involved in the Camden Wars is Prime Minister. That's crazy.
This is our highest priority.
I beg you, people to go to knife children, say stop please.
We're talking to the family and local residents on the estate, say they're shocked and saddened to what's happened, but say this is a reality of living in this area.
And we are directing all of our attention and resources to keep you safe.
They are going to go out and kill any Somali in...
Bro, I remember this. I remember getting this, man. I'm pretty sure that went around the area, man. My mom was like, when she heard about this, she was like, you gotta be careful, man. You gotta be careful, son, because you look similar to Somalis, you know. Obviously, within East Africa, we can tell each other apart. Standard procedures, but to the Africans, to the Asians, to the whites and that, it's not the same. It's not the same. We look the same. So if someone's crashing it on the Malis, they might crash it on you. That's basically what Mum said. She didn't say crash. She didn't say the Malis, but she's just a Somali. You know what I'm saying? She was like, you gotta be careful, son. You gotta be careful. Them times though, I don't think it was even that nothing really happened after that, to be fair.
Retaliations.
Basically, if you're Somali, yeah, and you're around Camden, get back inside.
Alex Smith was just 16 years old when he was fatally stabbed on August 12th, 2019 on the Regent's Park estate in Camden.
We do now seem to hear about people being shot dead, guns being fired in parts of North London.
That's all that matters.
St Aloysius Church, there is panic.
A shocking footage shows the moment the brawl exploded in front of horrified shoppers at the luxury London flagship store.
Whoever was in the car pulled out a shotgun and sprayed pellets into the crowd.
Our thoughts are, of course, with all those concerned.
Two murder fugitives who were arrested in Nairobi over the weekend have been extradited to face trial in the UK.
Brother Syed Abdulhakim Mahmood was arrested in the early mornings yesterday around 7 a.m. It's been over 35 hours. We have no proof of life. We're just very, very concerned and it's been very emotional. My husband Tariq was taken 6 in the morning yesterday. It's been a rough moment for us. We really need to see them.
Mohammed Abdi Hakim.
I wonder what happens to his wife. Does she get the right to come to England? Like, I'm talking on a immigration thing, because she got a whole youth out there. The Donny's, obviously the dad's in jail now. She got nothing out there. So is she allowed to come here, live on benefits, and then the child can see suspect? I'm being for real. I'm not even taking no beefsteak. Like, I'm being serious, because there's part of it, I'm kind of like, you can't just bring a next person in to live on benefits just because the dad was emming off people. But the youth's just out there on the Jack Jones now. Marge's just out there, Jack Jones, and they went and dragged him from Kenya to England, basically. So I wonder, does anyone know? I don't know any man in the legal system and that, or you just know these things, but I wonder what is she just left there? Is that what it is? She just left there and you just got to deal with it. You can't come England, you can't see his dad, nothing like that.
24 and Montero Mangle 21, both British nationals, were arrested on Sunday in Kilimani. However, to many residents, the damage has been done.
R.I.P. to everyone, man. I forgot all the names. There's some I know here, but rest in peace to everyone, man. That's 8 people. Do you know how crazy that is? The more I deep it, 8 people in a wars, in literally like a 5 square mile wars, is mad.
One individual stating, how many innocent lives must be lost before our streets are kept safe.
In the end, it was the very same brand of violent drill music that made Suspect famous that also brought about his downfall. Arguably, had he not gone on the run, making a name for himself as a drill rapper and making hundreds of thousands of pounds in the process, the end result likely would have been the same. He deserved punishment, not just for the murders that he'd committed, but for the pain that he had caused the victim's family by evading justice and boasting about the murders in front of millions of adoring drill fans. While you could argue that the drill fans that propped up Suspect and made him famous share some of the blame for that suffering, ultimately Suspect himself is just another symptom of a very sick music industry. In the modern age of gangster rap, the King Vons, Pooh Shiesties and Gucci Manes of the world have always gotten a lot of attention for the legal cases they were associated with. Whether it's killing rival gangsters, killing someone in self-defense, or shooting someone in a hot-headed argument, the modern rap game just can't help but lavish attention on those who have openly lived a life right on the boundaries of what the law allows or allows you to get.
Test my temper. What a banger! I might have to reload that for throwback because, oh my gosh. I'm just thinking that tune was so ahead of its time, bro. So ahead.
Get away with. Suspect was one of the most extreme examples of when keeping it real goes wrong. Just like King Von, Suspect was praised for being what he really rapped about. He made murder music, and he had really done murders. In November 2021, just 2 months before he was caught, Suspect posted the following to social media, saying essentially, if you haven't done dirt in the street, you shouldn't be rapping. I think this comment truly sums up the problem with drill music these days. Once upon a time, in the days of Rick Ross, rap was all about just painting a picture of the criminal lifestyle and not necessarily living it. Fans would suspend their disbelief and sort of knew that rappers were rappers, even if the people around them might still have been involved in gangs or street activity. But since the rise of Chicago drill music, nowadays, the most compelling rappers are the ones who really do all the stuff they rap about. But in this mature rap game, where rap fans have essentially heard it all before, to stand...
Lil Durk on the streets like that? I thought he was like one of them rappers, he just got madman around him, but he's not really active. Might be. If you want to see a Lil Durk documentary, you got something to suggest, you know what to do, my peoples, drop in the comment section.
And apart, you really need to have more and more bold claims just to get attention. It took King Von claiming to have killed 7 people in his music for people to stand up and really pay attention, and that paid him handsomely. In the case of Suspect, he didn't even get serious about music until he had seemingly killed 2 people. But this idea that people who haven't killed anyone or got active in the streets being disqualified from rapping is just absurd. Suspect really lived what he rapped, and look where it got him. He fled to Kenya to escape his fate, but ultimately justice would come and find him even 6,000 miles away. While he was on the run, he indeed...
Let me just say it, whoever took this picture, bro... They done him dirty, bro. I don't know what... It was just like the police say, bro, you take a picture of proof that he's there and like we can post that in England, and he did... My man just took it like that, and that's a dirty slip, bro. That's such a dirty slip.
Ultimately, justice would come and find him even 6,000 miles away.
I'm pretty sure that's the same coat he was wearing in one of his recent IG pics before he got bagged. I think it was a Montclair coat, son. I'm sure that's the same coat.
While he was on the run, he indeed did demonstrate that he had a talent as a rapper and a writer. His wordplay and performing ability made him one of the most compelling rappers in UK drill history. But the way he sees it, if he didn't kill 2 people, nobody would have cared. Now, I think that's incredibly pessimistic. Maybe Suspect sees it that way, but I truly believe that with his talent, he could have been a successful rapper in UK drill without having to kill a single person. Maybe it would have taken him longer or required more time working on music than lurking in the streets. But to me, killing people and rapping about it isn't really the secret to success in drill music. It's only a shortcut to fame on social media. There's a reason why Culprit's song about the murder of Neds never went viral, because no disrespect, it wasn't a very good song. Whereas Suspect made great music, picked great beats, and painted a vivid picture of the dark and deadly life he was living on the streets of Camden. And I think he still could have done that without bringing death and destruction down onto his own community. Sadly, we will never know whether or not he would have succeeded without the horrible crimes. But an interesting contrast to the story of Suspect would be that of fellow active gang member Too Smoky. Over the course of this beef, several members have actually rapped about their Islamic faith, often rapping about how they're bad Muslims, more interested in the violence and murder than practicing religion. Too Smoky was one of these people, even rapping in the song Knockdown Ginger how he should have been practicing his deen, but instead he was on the op block spraying machines. Perhaps these lyrics meant more to him than they did to the other members who repeated it. Too Smoky had had major success with his January the 24th, 2021 breakout track Corn, pretty much a love letter to shooting. But that song was taken down by police in their campaign against active gangs' violent lyrics. At a certain point, keen-eyed drill fans even noticed noticed and were amused by the fact that 2Smoky seemed genuinely upset in his lyrics that he hasn't managed to kill anyone yet. However, in the end, it would seem that 2Smoky would actually end up having a revelation, changing his ways before it was too late. Because despite his earlier violent lyrics and close relationship to the streets, on July the 9th, a jailed 2Smoky announces from behind bars on social media that he's quitting music completely, all for the sake of Allah, telling fans that he was planning to focus on his religion and encouraging them to delete his songs and not play them anymore. 2Smoky would eventually even react to the guilty verdict that Suspect received with a heartbreak emoji and a caption essentially saying the outcome is God's will. Perhaps he saw the likes of AR getting life in jail and realized that he didn't want to go the same way. Ultimately, he chose to try and forge a different path, while Suspect and S-Wavy ended up following Sin and getting life in jail as a result. It's unclear whether or not 2Smoky will be getting out of jail soon, but I think that this was an important story to highlight.
Say, that quote is so cold.
Because it's really never too late to turn your back on a life of violence and accept God or positivity into your heart. 2Smoky would quit music to focus on religion whilst in prison and continuing to post religious messages on social media, suggesting that at this point in his life, he was focused on finding peace. With even their top op Chinks from one side reacting to 2Smoky's move to focus on religion and leave the streets behind, saying he respected it. Perhaps this doesn't work for everyone, but I feel like it's an important message to highlight. Suspect made good music, and his life was really something out of a movie, but it's nothing to be glorified. Gang life is truly a roll of the dice, and you could end up living a movie like Scarface if you're Suspect, or dying horrifically like in a horror film if you're Culprit or C-Mids. There really are no winners here.
That edit was nasty. That was a cold edit. Shout out Trapnor Ross, his editing team. That was a cold edit.
Suspect is now sat in jail for the majority of his life, leaving his son fatherless in Kenya, likely to grow up with many of the same or different problems that a young Suspect faced. The circumstances change, but the cycle continues, and Suspect is no longer living the glamorous life of a famous gangster on the run. He's stuck in jail while Culprit's mother and many others continue to grieve their murdered children and friends, and ultimately no amount of jail time is going to heal that pain. It's a truly sad state of affairs, and something really needs to be done to make sure that there are less troubled teens like Suspect falling through the cracks of society, bringing pain and destruction to their communities. It's now looking more and more likely that the politician responsible for Camden, Keir Starmer, is going to be the next Prime Minister of the UK. Now, should the person who couldn't keep Camden under control really be running the whole country? But then again, can he...
What are you saying? I ain't know even like that. That's a crazy statement to make.
Really be held responsible. Camden's long history of gang tensions is a hard thing to fix, and with the rise of drill music essentially rewarding the most violent individuals with clout, fame, and riches for doing the worst things imaginable is only magnifying the problem. Ultimately, Suspect's life was a movie, and it's a tragedy. A young life taken, and another set to spend life in prison, all while many careers and young lives have been wasted, all for very little in return. Meanwhile, at the moment, Reeks and SY are still on the run, believed to be in Somalia, living their best life and not facing any justice for the part that they allegedly played in these murders. It's hard to say that true justice will ever be served on either side of the fence, but if there's one message that I want to leave you with, it's that if you are a young person growing up in a difficult environment, perhaps even being influenced by or idolizing a drill rapper like Suspect, just take a second to think about the consequences of your actions, because it only takes one night of hot-headed violence and bad decision making to end your life or another life permanently.
That's big facts, my peoples. Listen to that advice from Trapnor Ross. Don't go out and smoke, man. Don't go out and smoke, man. Worst to worst, I'm gonna keep it so real. If you really have to do mad things, listen, find the person and just start just start punching up. And not even on a mad thing. You can't be punching man from the back of the head. You can't be do you know what I'm saying? Have a scrap and call it a day, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Tell my man, listen, got a problem with you and I found you. We're gonna fight right now, bro. That's all it is. No tools, I ain't got no weapons, nothing. We're gonna fight. You still shouldn't even be doing that, really. You shouldn't be doing that. But at least everyone walks away, do you know what I'm saying? But fortunately, man, these people, they're grown up in a war zone. And that's how the game is, unfortunately. But if I could even say anything, I'll say at least, at the worst of the worst, just do that, bro. Instead of like taking out weapons and knives and stuff like that, man. Just put it down. Do you know what I mean? 8 man lost their life. You know, we've been reacting to these tunes for like 2 years, yeah? I ain't even deep. 8 people, individual people lost their lives in this whole situation. Do you know how crazy that is? 8 potential families, 8 potential careers, 8 potential like kids and grandkids and all sorts of things. You know what I mean? 8 potential contributions to society. Man, that's mad. That's mad. I'm moving like philosophical sec, but I'm speaking facts.
Is precious, and sometimes in the heat of a moment of conflict, it's easy to lose sight of the blessings that you already have. I hope you learned something from this story, because I learned a lot from making it. And once again, rest in peace to everyone involved who lost their lives.
I'm gonna leave it there, man. Look, if you enjoyed the video, first of all, smash that like button. I'm gonna hit 400 likes on this video, so make sure you run it up. My thoughts, very well made by Traplo Ross, man. I actually don't watch this guy too often. I see a lot of his videos like on my suggestion, but 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours is crazy, bro. It's so crazy. I couldn't watch all of that. So I tend to not watch it because number one for me is I don't want to ever fake a reaction for you guys. So I don't watch something that I don't plan if I want to ever plan on reacting. But unfortunately, it's just mad long. Videos like this, I really like. I really do like. It's short, it's to the point, and it's like almost like mini episodes. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching sections of a documentary. It's banging. But really well made by Traplo Ross, man. Told the story really well, bro. And he paid good respect to the people that died. You know, he didn't, you know what I mean, glorify suspect to the point where it kind of came off a bit distasteful. So I'll give him credit for that too. But he's from London, so he probably understands the culture quite well compared to his American documentaries. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I'm gonna leave it there. Make sure you like, comment, and share. Smash that subscribe button and join the family on the road to 40k. Without further ado, it's your boy Sex, the Set Pack, and I'm out. Sure.